Most people spend their entire lives trying to make more money, and many of them never become wealthy. Not because they don't work hard, not because they don't earn enough, but because they're building income, while wealthy people are building systems. And that difference can completely change your financial future. Most people ask, how can I make more money? But wealthy people ask, what can this money become? That question changes everything, because more income does not automatically create wealth. A raise can become a bigger car payment. A bonus can become a vacation. A better job can become a more expensive lifestyle. And years later, the income is gone, but the financial pressure remains. The paycheck got bigger, but the system stayed the same. Money comes in, bills take it out, debt takes part of it, lifestyle takes the rest. Then the month resets. Work, earn, spend, repeat. That is not an income system, that is an income cycle. And this is why many people stay stuck even when their income improves. They are not building wealth, they are maintaining a lifestyle. Rich people treat income differently. They do not see money only as something to spend. They see money as raw material. It can buy assets, build skills, reduce risk, and create future cash flow. The goal is not just to earn. The goal is to convert income into something that keeps working. That is the first major shift. Income is not the finish line. Income is the starting point. But this is where most people misunderstand multiple income streams. They hear that rich people have many streams of income, so they start chasing everything at once. A job, a side hustle, stocks, real estate, digital products, affiliate marketing, online business. But scattered effort is not the same as a system. Many wealthy people do not begin with 10 weak income streams. They build one strong engine first. A skill becomes a service. A service becomes a business. A business becomes a process. The process creates cash flow. Cash flow buys assets. Assets create more income. That is how income starts turning into wealth. The mistake most beginners make is copying the final result instead of the sequence. They see the wealthy person with investments, businesses, properties, and passive income, but they do not see the foundation, the savings, the debt control, the years of skill building, the failures, the reinvestment. They only see the outcome and try to copy it from the middle. And this is exactly where most wealth-building journeys fail. And that is why many people fail. They try to build income systems before building financial stability, but stability comes first, because without stability, every opportunity becomes dangerous. What looks like an opportunity can quickly become a setback when the foundation is weak. If you have no emergency savings, one unexpected expense can push you backward. If you have high-interest debt, part of your future already belongs to the past. If you cannot control spending, more income may only create more waste. This is why the first income system is not a business. It is not real estate. It is not dividend stocks. The first income system is how money flows through your life. If money enters your life and disappears without direction, more income only gives the leak more water. That is the leaking bucket. Most people keep pouring more in, but they never fix the holes. Rich people fix the flow first. They create surplus. They protect cash. They avoid reckless debt. They invest consistently. They build skills. They reinvest profits. Then they scale. The order matters. Stability, surplus, skill, system, assets, scale. Stability protects you from falling backward. Surplus gives you fuel. Skill increases earning power. Systems make income repeatable. Assets make income expandable. Scale creates distance between your effort and your income. This is why ownership matters so much. Wages pay once. Ownership can pay repeatedly. If you work 1 hour and get paid for 1 hour, the income ends when the hour ends. But if you own a business process, investments, intellectual property, real estate, or digital assets, income can become less dependent on your daily labor. That does not mean it is easy, and it does not mean it is passive at the beginning. Passive income is usually delayed payment for work, capital, risk, or systems built earlier. Rental income requires property and management. Dividend income requires invested capital. Business income requires customers and operations. Digital income requires trust, distribution, and attention. There is always a price. Sometimes it is time, sometimes it is money, sometimes it is risk, but it is paid somewhere. So the goal is not to chase passive income. The goal is to build the active foundation that can later become more passive. That is the part most people skip. A side hustle is not automatically an income system. If it has no repeatable demand, no clear offer, no margin, no process, and no way to scale, it may become just another job. The goal is not to be busy. The goal is to build something repeatable. That is why the better question is not, what side hustle should I start? The better question is, what problem can I solve repeatedly for people who are already willing to pay? That question moves you from chasing money to creating value, and value is what income systems are built on. Because a good product with no distribution does not create wealth. A strong skill with no offer does not create income. A great idea with no sales channel does not create cash flow. The system must connect value to money. This is what wealthy people understand. They do not just chase income. They build machines around value. Skill, offer, sales, delivery, profit, reinvestment, assets. That is the machine. And once the machine works, money begins moving differently. It no longer comes in just to disappear. It comes in to be assigned. Every dollar gets an assignment, protection, growth, assets, risk reduction, or future income. That is when financial progress becomes more intentional. Old belief, wealth comes from making more money. New belief, wealth comes from turning income into assets that keep producing value. Old belief, multiple income streams mean doing many things at once. New belief, multiple income streams usually come after one strong income engine is built. Old belief, passive income means money without work. New belief, passive income is the reward for work, risk, capital, or systems created earlier. Old belief, saving is too slow. New belief, saving creates the surplus that makes investing and business building possible. That is the shift. Pause for a moment. Think about every dollar that entered your life this month. How much of it built your future, and how much of it simply disappeared? Money becomes powerful when it has a job before lifestyle claims it. And this is where many people lose the game. Not because they never had money, but because their money never had instructions. Every dollar entered their life waiting to be consumed. Bills, debt, subscriptions, impulse spending, status, comfort. And there is nothing wrong with enjoying life. But if every dollar is assigned to the present, none of it can build the future. That is why income systems matter. They reduce dependence. Dependence on one paycheck. Dependence on one employer. Dependence on one client. Dependence on one platform. Dependence on your body always being able to work. Because life does not always go perfectly. Jobs change. Markets fall. Expenses rise. Businesses struggle. Emergencies happen. Wealth builders do not pretend risk does not exist. They structure risk. They build reserves. They diversify. They use rules. They automate. They protect the downside before chasing the upside. That is what systems do. They protect progress when emotions change, because motivation fades. But systems keep working. So the next time money enters your life, pause before asking what it can buy. Ask what it can become, because that question is where wealth building begins. Can it reduce pressure? Can it build savings? Can it improve a skill? Can it buy an asset? Can it support a business? Can it create future cash flow? That question may look small, but repeated over years, it can change everything. Because financial freedom is not built by one exciting decision. It is built when ordinary income is repeatedly directed into a stronger structure. That is how income becomes wealth. That is how effort becomes leverage. That is how money stops passing through your hands and starts working through a system. The goal is no longer just to earn. The goal is to build. So the real question is not whether you want more money. Almost everyone wants that. The real question is this: when more money comes into your life, will it disappear into a bigger lifestyle? Or will it become the foundation of a stronger system? Because that answer may decide whether you spend the next decade chasing income or building wealth. Subscribe to Financial Awaken with Aaron for practical financial education that helps you build better money habits, stronger income systems, and a clearer path toward financial freedom.